Okay. So, let's start with the bundle, right? There's 3 packs in that. And I don't want the box full of the Majestics in. Oh, I did do 1 box from 1 case, but waiting for 2 cases. We'll just go through the Majestics, I guess, might as well. The Cold Foil was just Evo Recall. We'll see how well they take off. Hey Sean, evening to you too. So the first box wasn't too bad, right? To get a Zen. God, the pre-release prices were crazy for all the heroes. But Visit Goldmane State, Dust, Chase, Manifestation, Cosmic Awakening, Prismic Greyline, Restless Coalescence, which is probably going to be one of the top hits from that. But I do think the card is really good in Enigma. But yeah, nothing sensational. No legendaries, no marvels of the sort. Where to put M's? Oh, I do want to sort them out. Do cold foils, do foils. Then do normal M's. Probably not going to care, in all honesty, about the commons, right? A lot of it's just trash filler or reprints. Rares, I'm probably not interested in collecting sets either. Just opened your first case, cool. I opened 1 last night, because I couldn't wait. I wanted to. And also then I had to have a video for this morning. Other than that, no. Just 1 box down and nothing fantastic. I thought we'd grab the packs out of this, and I do actually want the mat. Ooh. This is my big problem. These are paper too, with Japan. For one, that is not really how you want to see your cards packaged. The foils do look fantastic. Look at this, right? And get in the right light here with the camera. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous foils. There was 1 card though, common or something, that was just blanket. Not the white blue yonder, the defense one. The foiling on that is a bit. It's mainly to do with like the blue gradient on the buildings and everything. But across the board, yeah, they're looking fantastic. Alright, well, these feel weird. These feel... So I assume these are from Japan as well. Because they did express that... No, these are Belgian cards, that's why they feel different. Alright. I was curious about that, because I know the Misfell packs have a huge amount of space. But did we get anything from these? We'll skip straight to the good stuff. We did. We got a Sacred Art. Normal. That's still very nice. And then a foil spillover. Yeah, so like that's really good. We'll see if we pull one and I can show off what I mean. I'm not going to care about it though. Right, so Majestics go there. Everything else is kind of just filler for me. Being a Majestic out of the 3 random ones is fairly decent. And just a Breed Anger. Like you last. And we're done with Belgium. There's white blue yonder. I'm curious to see this in foil as well. So the problem with the defense one, I really forget what it's called, is the 2 towers, whatever they are, buildings or stone, are very deep blue along with the ocean. And they've foiled, or is it sky? They foiled everything except them. And it really washes them out. At least in my opinion. Art of design. Alright, well, still 1 Majestic from the box, the bundle. Which, for anyone, I do just want to say this. Because I think it's something that you really shouldn't get upset about. That's interesting, though. There's a 4th deck placeholder, right? But they didn't want to change any of the packaging when it came to this and the round the table. They just stuck in a little shell that represents a 4th deck. I do find that funny. But the reason why it's a bundle and not, separate boxes is, imagine a store buys a display, and for 3 it's usually 9, so they get 3 copies of each deck. And let's say Enigma and New sell and Zen doesn't, for whatever reason, right? They sell all 3 copies of New and Enigma, and they're left with 3 copies of Zen. what are they going to do? Well, they're going to rebuy the display from the distributor, meaning they're going to get another 9 decks, meaning they'll now have 6 Zen and 3 more of each new and Enigma to sell. Same thing happens again and again, and they end up with just a stockpile of the least popular deck. So by putting it as a bundle and forcing the consumer to buy them in lots of 3, it is a big boon to the LGS and their ability to move these smaller products. Because, you know, if you sell 2/3 of the display and then you're stuck with the other 1/3, chances are that eats into the entire profit margin, right? But I do want to roll out the bundle mat. Move everything. Say goodbye to our Emperor. For anyone who hasn't seen this, I don't know how far I can zoom out though. This is Arachne laughing at the Emperor holding MTG. I don't know. I just wanted, right, when Magic 30th anniversary came out, and I had to recolor Hasbro and everything because the company would not print it, despite it being a fair use logo, right? Yeah, so Hasbro's laughing as Arachne kills MTG, basically. Alright, well let's see what the Misfell maps. So my problem with this is the old Mysteria art, and just from straight away looking at it, right, it does not generally fit the cards of Misfell. The quality is nice though. I think they're really well made. But yeah, so you have this in the old color palette where it's, you know, lush, vibrant, but misty, into what we have nowadays, which is, you know, lots of blues. Even this card with red is made sure to feature blues to make it pop, right? And vibrant greens. Like even the, you know, jade green instead of foliage green or whatever you want to call it, right? So they completely changed the color palette to me, and I wish they updated the art. I wish they gave the, God, was it Into the Mist? I think that's wonderful artwork, or just a playmat of the actual box art. I think that would have been fantastic too. But I digress. Alright, so we've got gold foil and 4 foils. Let's get into a case. Right, nice and organized. I don't really care for the decks. I just want the box, in all honesty. Put all the marbles in. So I probably won't crack them or do anything with them. Alright. I'm also tempted to weigh them, because I believe there is a difference, right? A lot of people have been saying it, that you can weigh the gold packs. But if we get one, we get one. I should probably keep the box commons. Yeah. Okay. I need to move over. So, I don't know how, well, from the Belgian paper ones, they were kind of squished, but I don't know why they don't cut down on the size, right? That is all just empty space. And it's kind of weird to me, especially when you compare it to, like, Klloo. Let's crack. Also hate how sealed they are. I wish they still had tear tabs. It's a bit unfortunate, because you see, there was lots of early boxes, you know, where people were, I mean, stores again, you know, doing huge case numbers. Of course, they're gonna, you know, get some, but a lot of the posts were like above average, which just goes to show that they're really making sure everything is absolutely randomized, which is fantastic in its own right. But yeah, we want the gold packs, right? We wanna chase the marble. No, I will probably end up just buying the rainbow foil, so I probably won't open a gold pack even if we get one. If we get more than one, sure, but I want one at least to keep. I'm not gonna care about common foils either. We're gonna try and do this quickly so we can crack through a lot. There's just 2 rares. I mean, there are some new ones, right? But Gravekeeper in itself, isn't that fantastic? It sort of lacks just one little difference to make it more accessible, right? If it had Go Again, if it was 3 block, the cost was 0, something like that. Otherwise, just a 1 for 4 where you have to enable it means it's really just made for new. across the board. Only problem is take a lot. I grab scissors and just cut them. They are a pain in the ass. Some of them really stick. Alright. Morning Spectre. Reprint. And a Moon Chakra. No, unfortunately. If I want to separate the foil, I'll do it another time, I guess. I'm gonna see if I have scissors anywhere. These are a real pain in the ass to even get that little bit started to tear. I miss Belgium. I miss paper. I did hear that Japan were going to move to paper packaging. I really don't think it matters. Right? As good as paper is, you know, the recycling and all that, this is how much the majority of people are throwing away per pack. Right? And I think that supersedes any form of packaging whatsoever. Double Trouble. This is a fantastic rare, though, right? I love the reaction mechanic for new. I hope they lean into that a lot heavier. And then Pulse of Desire. So yeah, the foils are just fantastic. Yeah, and the fact that they, you know, do them so detailed is what makes them really stand out. You stick to scissors. Yeah. Maybe that's why they leave you so much room, right? So you don't have to feel bad about scissors. We'll see how this goes. My hands start to hurt from just trying to pull them apart. I'll go grab some. Alright, another Double Trouble, another yellow. Moon Chakra, and Attune the Cosmic Vibrations. I really wanted to love this card, but after playing with it for a little bit, I think this is just the worst end of the set, right? It's just too inconsistent. It's like the Wide Blue Yonder block card. Deep Blue Sea, is that what it's called? I think it's Deep Blue Sea. Right, where why would you take it when you could have something consistent, right? So why run this as a potential 0-5? If it was your deck instead of your opponent's deck, sure. But because it's your opponent's deck, it's just weird, right? So yeah, 0 for 2, and maybe 5. Why not just take a 5 or a 4 with a decent effect? 0 for 5 defense. Why not again just take a proper defensive card? It is an M foil, nonetheless. Look at that one popped. Very nice in lighting. Alright. Oh, is that it? No. It's not Deep Blue Sea. What is the block one? It was one of the first... it was one of the... Wow. Okay. Morning Voice. Oh, there we go. Much better. Yeah. It was one of the first 2 cards spoiled. We also have Blanche. I do like the little nods to future sets or, you know, past sets, or different places, we should say. And thematically, everything, you know, comes together a lot better now. You can tell, alright, these cards are from Miss Vale. This card is from, you know, the Demonastery. Right? It's really cool. Vengeful Apparition. This one gets close to being too washed out in blue, right? But it's still nice, because you got the blood not foiled, which is interesting, because usually they, you know, they aim for, like, blood, they aim for the embroidery or anything fanciful on clothing or equipment. This is a scissor pack, I think. Got there in the end. Yeah, I think it's just gonna save time overall. Astral Etching. Insane card, right? It's basically in Illusionist, pay 1 for +3 to a 1 and go again, which is really strong. The instant just takes over the top 2. Harmony of the Hunt. Another good foil. I think all the Spectral Tiger foils really look nice. Alright, Bonds, Haunting, Droplets. I will say these feel bad. As cool as they look, I wish they just had a nicer effect to go with it. But they're just... Instead of giving us, you know, 3 shitty armor sets, they've given us 1 shitty armor set. And then these weird sets of you know, playables or draftables. Alright, Emissary of the Tides. Aspect, Tide Chakra. We haven't got that many M's, I'm going to say. Oh, but there's a cold for it. Oh, and I'm one too far. Our Desire. And I also like the color shifts, right, between different colors. I wish they'd do that blanketly for all rares or something to make them a bit more impactful. But we get a Harmony of the Hunt, and it's unfortunately just a Heirloom of Rabbit Hide, which I don't think is ever worth it, just for Ward 4. Even in New Moon, I think you're better off with some other stuff. I mean, the idea of, being able to flip it manually to have 7 Ward is kind of cool, but I don't think that's fantastic. I think the 1 life mechanic is a bit of a miss. Because again, it's, why would you take this for its inconsistency when you could take something, reliable? The more strategic a game, the more, you want controllable RNG. Essence of Wind, Emissary of Wind, Gorgon's Gaze. Super powerful card. Kind of stand out art. I want to see what it looks like in foil. And an Evasive Leap. Why? Why is this a thing? Why didn't it start at 2 and go up to 4 with the red? I don't think there is a just blanket defense reaction like that. Oh, Blessing. Tooth and Claw. So we do want to get all these Zen Majestics, because I want to play Zen, most of all. We can throw a Zen Marvel in there too. Be happy. Come on. It's so taut that, I can't even have the mic pick up on it. He's struggling. Another Emissary. I do like that they split, Inline Strike them to these 3 different cards. Although I don't think the 2 power one is ever that great. Should have been a little bit stronger. I think this being comparable to Inline Strike would have been fine, right? If it was 5 plus 2 rather than, 1 less overall. Another Attune to the Cosmic Vibrations. And Mind's Desire. Oh. I should make sure. I'm going to slip up on that most likely and forget the expansion slot card. I also hate because they flake and little bits come off. Alright, second tenant. Effect. Blanche foil. When this hits a hero, cards they own lose all color until the end of next turn. So I'm curious if we're gonna lean more heavily into that. Yeah, the Sacred Tiger? What is it? Sacred Jade Tiger Domain? Tiger Domain? The Zen one. Did you pull the Zen one? If so, awesome. I want to see what that looks like foiled. So I assume it's all the tigers in the background, and that's going to look, fantastic. Yeah, I definitely need to grab scissors after this. Ah, News One. News One is probably also really pretty. With the waterfall and snakes, right? Bonds, Astral, Bonds. Feels like we've hardly gotten any Majestics. What's that, like 4 or 5 in total? Another Blanche, Haunting, Solitary. Nada, nada, and some more nada. Definitely a nice foil. Oh, Visit Gold and Anvil. I think this is going to be a big sleeper hit, right? And as Olympia becomes this more control warrior, this is definitely going to be super impactful. Definitely got its uses. But he just needs a little bit more consistent gold generation. And games to last a little bit longer. But still nice. Majestic. I think the majority of the expansion slot is fine. Wow, actually I can't say majority, right? Because 40% of it's Evos, and then you also have the Dust card. White Blue Yonder, reprint, and spillover. We did see before. Alright. Etching, Chakra, and just a companion. I'm curious what the different color tigers represent, right? I feel like they could have done the old, if it's red, it's banished, if it's blue, it's mystic. But they seem to just fluctuate. Oh, there we go, Big Blue Sky. This is the card that I don't think looks very nice marbled. Not marbled, foiled, right? Because these two towers are just way too dark. The background becomes super dark in the foil, and it just washes it out. Gravekeeper, and a Waxing Spectre. Ah, it is something. I've always just looked at this and gone, is that just a giant waterfall? But no, it is something. There is a face there. Interesting. The song is called The Sax of Ancient Terror. Interesting. That sounds a bit better. Alright. Nada. 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 I'm curious if it's also the same spirit, right? Because you have waning and waxing. Where'd the other one go? And you just have the whole moon cycle. Surprised we didn't get like a giant moon demon or something. They kind of look like the same sort of face. I think the only thing that's a little sad is the lack of lore. Especially on cards. For this set. And there is obviously some. But it feels like there could have been more. But it's all understandable. Our Desire. Shadow Realm Horror. We think this is very strong for Bolivia. 2 okay expansion slot hits. Not a Kindle though. Not Murky Water, because Riptide's the other deck that I want. Well, I have, but I want Murky Water to put in it. Alright, Emissary again. Chase the Tail. It's Red Tigers. Probably pops in foil. Single-minded. Yeah, so we're hitting all the M's at the back. The Chakra. Element of the Snake-Hide. Again, just too battle-worn. At least it's pretty. Alright, I'm definitely getting submitted after this box. This last pack. Nada. Nada. And nada. So again, double trouble. Although I feel like they sort of missed out with just a Nick. Although it does allow you to run the blue, right? Because just a Nick it has to be one attack. But then you get the was it plus? Is it 5 or 3? Something ludicrous, because with the Majestic Bonds, is it a Bonds card? I think it's a Bonds card. You get, a +8 for 0, and that's just insane. Anyway, I'm gonna definitely grab some scissors before we jump into the next box, and that way I can do it a lot easier. Alright, get rid of the bulk and go back in the box. Maybe thrown out or incinerated or just sit in a corner. Probably just sit in a corner. Alright. We get a gold pack. I think it's at the bottom as well. At least this is the fun part, right? Searching for a golden ticket. Doesn't feel like it is. Nah. Oh well. Well, box number 2. Oh, I don't feel anything. Oh well. Hopefully we can hit at least one. Alright, and we can speed this up a little bit. Give it a chop. Actually, you have to kind of chop far down. I could probably just chop and tear. Alright. Oh, persuasive prognosis. When this hits 0, bash top card of the deck, then look at the hand, bash card with the same color. 0 for 1 and blue is kind of nice, again, with just a nick. Seems like a lot of new is sort of built around just a nick. To make that card pretty valuable. How many of these can I cut at a time? Probably not that many. Oh, did 3. Can we do 5? If I pinch it correctly. Alright, much better. We can go 1, 2, 3. What was it? Tokens, foil, rare. Well, in some order, right? So it's the back 3 cards we care about, unless it has a back facing, right? And then we care, because it's probably an expansion slot card. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That one. Cool. And you always get a transcend card. The only problem is if we do it this way, right, and we get a marvel, no straight away. All the marbles are double faced. Then we can just go through the goodies all together. One, 2, 3, 4. What other token is single-sided? It seems like the crack bubble, right? Anything else? It seems like we're getting a lot of single-sided cards. 3. Another 3. We're almost there. That's the wrong way. That was definitely not cut correct, nor was this one. Four on that. I should probably just cut this instead of trying to do it myself. Yeah, oh well. Alright, did we hit anything? We didn't hit a marvel, unfortunately. Did we get anything else of note or worth? Well, the rare on top. Makes sense. Actually, do I need the, only the very last card can be Majestic of the 2 rares, right? I don't actually have to grab that one either. We have nada. Alright. Our Cracking Tiger, there we go. That's the non-double-sided one. So there'll probably be a decent amount of them. We get a new. We're glad they're in the token slot, but They should just be attached to the young heroes on the two sides, right? You could rotate them so every now and then you get one with a weapon, one with an add-on. But still, good to have that. Anyone who managed to move them in during pre-release, kudos. Hopefully you got a real good price for it, and if you bought one for a ridiculous price, I don't know what you're thinking. Levels of Enlightenment, also a fantastic card. And a new game the other day where the opponent was playing new, and they were putting in a lot of work with this, right? Because you play something beforehand, and then you're most likely able to get 2 effects off on this. Not foil though. Alright, well. That was like 3 M's, wasn't it? No, it was 2 M's. No foil. That half of the box was pretty trash, in all honesty. That was a half of the box. So hopefully this side is significantly better. I need a guillotine. That would make this easier too. Right, where I just machine them through. Without having to cut them. Without having to jiggle them. Or just tear tabs. Give us back the Klloo tear tabs. My haste, I feel like I'm going to cut a card. No, I should have pre-opened them all. That'd almost be like I just bought singles. Alright. Hopefully this side of the box goes a lot better. We have 2 rares, but no, into a nothing. If anyone who, just looks at Reddit and sees all the fantastic pulls, well, everyone who gets those types of pulls is someone like me, unfortunately, because this case is looking like a real dud. Alright, Manifestations. I do think this is a great M. Into a Maul. Maul's also a great M. Not as powerful as just a Nick, but still, kind of nice, right? I think if it wasn't when this hits, just Crouching Tiger gets when this attacks, or, I don't know, some sort of wording that makes it work where it doesn't have to hit. And you can just multiply Crouching Tigers. But +3 is kind of nice. Foil, non-foil. Now we're coming back with the M's. Race. Right. Correct me if I'm wrong. A wide blue into nada. Oh, there was a cold foil. Border tells me it's just a common though, unfortunately. With stilettos, I assume stilettos has a premium in some parts of the community, right? Alright, Blanche into a kimono. At least it's a EA. But, oh, actually, this is kind of a nice one. It's definitely fun in New Moon, right? Because you can use your ability to find chi. That's kind of, defeats the purpose. It's what other benefits you get from flipping this. It doesn't have ward. But yeah, it's okay. It's not fantastic. Alright. Deep Blue Sea. It's box arts. Except it's not, is it? I just realized. It's the same person, but it's an alternative version, right? Because obviously the moon's not, overcast, and the person's a little bit different. Interesting. But it's just a rare. Oh! We'll just tap that away. What is it? It is a new. It is in Marvel 2. Fortunately, it's not the add-on. So, salvages the box, but not an add-on. Although, interestingly, right, her design is like the least changed. So I'm curious if there's some sort of immortality shtick going on. It's still pretty Marvel. Is the best lighting. Oh, somewhere there. Where did I put the sleeves? That's the question. There we go. I assume it has dipped quite a bit. But that she's still probably going to be the most valuable Marvel young hero. I'm curious whether or not the young heroes outcompete the Transcend cards. I'll have to wait and see. Alright, well, I guess I can't complain about the case. Well, I sort of can. The Marvel's, you know, almost guaranteed in a case. Alright, cool. Etching, Tide, nada. We need is a Roam Patrol Legendary, and then I'll be happy. Nice big moon. A blue, Blanche, Gravekeeping. Also, did we get a single expansion slot in this pack? In this box? I feel like we didn't. 6 pieces, and yeah, nothing. What do we even get? 1, 2, 3. Right. Those three Majestics. I want to say 1 foil, 1 cold foil, 1 Marvel. Obviously the Marvel's nice, but feels kind of lackluster when it comes to the Majestics, just by a tad. Hopefully the other box does a little bit better. I was going to make sure not to cut the ends fully. Sucks having to pick up these little shrapnel pieces. And it's going to make it annoying to pull them out anyway. Whatever. The Marvel or the actual Klloo? Because it's probably the best common, since it is EA. I'm sure mentally people think it's, you know, above. Even though there's not, you know, all the different versions anymore. But if you got new, goes great with your Sacred Art. Alright. Next half of box 4. Great. Sorry, it's a little confusing. I couldn't help myself. It was bad. I cracked one of the boxes from the case last night. All the Majestics here. I didn't get anything else great. Gravekeeping, Astral Etching, nada. Into, you guessed it, more nada, but a Venomous Bite. The Venomous Bite allows you to then create Fang Strike, so it's a 1 for +4, but you don't have to spend it straight away. It's kind of cool. Plus also the whole, you know, you want to play multiple reactions. The fact that it's 2 in 1 is interesting. And it does play around like Riptide and Traps. Because I believe like Buzzsaw in that is just any attack gained to that point. Then once you play the trap, you can continue buffing it. That's Desire. And it allows for, you know, more tactical. How much exactly do you want to go over their block? Or do you need to go over their block? Nada, nada, and some more nada. Yeah, I'm going to say this case is not fantastic overall. Oh, finally, an expansion slot card. Evo Short Circuit. So this being a nice little ping is kind of cool. I think they missed out on them not being base as well, right? To make them super playable. They're just kind of playable. We've definitely gone a long way being able to, you know, reactivate the effects as Klloo. Another double trouble, and just a common. Oh, another Restless Coalescence. So I think we're almost out of place after that. It's nice that you can get, you know, most likely at least that one Spectral Shield and one Spectral Shield on your opponent's turn. They just have such an easy time of, you know, recouping their board. Siren's Call is definitely a good one to find, right? Look at the defending hero's hand and choose a blue card, add it to the chain link as a defending card. If you do, draw a card. You definitely not hit as well though as the Gorgon's Gaze. All the new cards are very, very pretty. Alright, Weakest Link. I looked this card up and it's not as valuable as what I thought it might be, because it seems like a really nice tactical card, right? Look at the hand, choose a card without base defense. If you do, they discard it and you draw a card. I mean, you know, pressuring 2 for 6 is okay, but then if you can get a read on their hand, that's already powerful in itself, right? Knowing what they're doing next turn, especially when it comes to, you know, arsenaling something or playing your entire hand or anything like that. But then, you know, if you actually get them to discard, the fact that you draw seems really good. Alright, we're doing a bit better on the Majestics, it looks like. All of the seeds, no expansion slots. Normal Siren's Call, and a Hiss. Alright. Definitely better than the prior box, but still kind of not a great deal with Majestic, it felt like. Although in actuality, you know, you don't actually get that many. Why you should always buy singles. Especially as, you know, the game creeps. Well, not the game power creeps, but the quality of cards goes up and up and up, right? And decks become more just chock full of Majestics. Which I think is a slight issue, right? With them focusing on, you know, either just complete draftable nonsense for the common slot or reprints. And we are sort of bundling all these decks to be harder and harder to flesh out with, you know, cheap cards. So even if, you know, Majestics is like $5, times it by 3, that's already added to the value. Alright, we haven't pulled a legendary of this case, so hope is it's in one of these packs. Is it in pack number 1? No, and I went one card too many. Doesn't really matter. How about pack number 2? Oh, Deep Blue Mist. Dense Blue Mist. I love this card. This card is such better art than I think than the playmat. I'm not saying the playmat isn't nice art, but as epitomizing, you know, Welcome to Mistveil, you've got the people with their pilgrimage, you have the Dense Mist. I think this could have been much better for the playmat. And it's still spaced really nice for all the zones, right? You have the zones over here, no people, you have the zones over here, you have your hero right where the pilgrimage is. Kind of be cool. So foil. Sigils. Go on, where's the legendary? Let it be 12 petal. Then I won't be tempted to buy the Cold War variant. I'm guessing that's seeing a lot of play, because I saw Victor is still gaining a decent chunk of points, right? Gravekeeper. Do it. Double Trouble. Basic Leap. Yeah. Oh, well. Marvel. So that's 2, which is fantastic. Homage. Is that correct? No, it's Passover. I saw at the top. Deep Blue Sea. Single-Minded. And Passover. We banished target card from opposing hero's graveyard. I do think this was actually going for a decent amount as well. But I do think Homage is probably going to be the top one. Followed by Rising Sun, Setting Moon, then Preserved Tradition, then probably Passover. This is still kind of a little niche. But we'll take 2 marbles in the case. It definitely makes me feel a little bit better. Unless there's no legendary, then I'm going to be a little bit right? Because you definitely have all the copies you need for the Transcends in a case, if not a box, or 1 a pack. The fact that you only need 1. Binding Breeze, no expansion slots. Nada, nada, and some more nada. Well, it feels like there's no L. Bottom pack luck, hopefully. On this one, though. Not an M. Ready to go. 4. Blanche. Etching. Nada, nada. Not seeing any, glinting border. Like you asked, I think this is the L-less case. Oh. Cold foil. Nada. Nada. And Arousing Wave. That's not a bad one. Obviously, again, the separation of reactions makes it really nice in new. But yeah, no legendary for us. Well, I guess we have to definitely crack another case. Still, did I just put them on? I did. How long have I been doing that? Where's the M's? Yeah. There we go. I'm curious how we did overall. But it is nice pulling, more than 4 cold foils by way of the marbles. So to get 2 commons, 1 rare, and the Evo Recall, which I don't think is the sensational majestic, but it's still a majestic one. And then Passover. And unfortunately, a young. So we failed the roll, right? 6 in 17. So at one of the Sacred Arts or one of the adult heroes. Oh well. Okay. Let me grab the other case. Block the lights. They also go to super extremes with the amount of tape on the Japanese boxes. They still package the cases in an exuberant amount of cardboard. Like, so thick compared to the Belgian ones. But they always leave so much space. Dimensions are slightly off. Alright. 1, 2. We weigh them for fun and see if there's a odd one out. Oh, why not? I think I have the scale nearby. Yes, I do. Alright, let's see if there's any that stand out. Can we see the... If I do that, you guys can see the numbers. Alright, so the first one comes in at 712. Interesting. 710. There will be obviously leeway because of air and everything else in the packaging. This isn't, the fanciest of scales, but the fact that that's 716 is kind of interesting because that's a lot over the other two. That one aside. And then a 710. Wow. Let's open the heaviest one, shall we? Hopefully it's not just a giant air bubble baiting us. Still running out of room. Don't want them to block the light, but we're really great for them. Okay. I mean, we could open it from the bottom, right? Oh! There you go. So it's like a 4-gram difference. Right. There you go, on camera for anyone who wants to know. You can definitely weigh them. Now the problem is, this is at best a currently $30 card that I really, in all honesty, think is going to go way down. I'm curious to weigh this though. Hard to quantify it though, but obviously a single-sided foil compared to a double-sided marble would assume has a slight difference, but my scale is definitely not delicate enough. Well, the marble new comes at 2 grams. The Siren's Call foil comes in at nothing. So there's a little bit of difference, actually, but again, this isn't a sleeve. I guess I should probably take it out of sleeve. We're trying to do this as well. Yeah, so without the air pocket of the sleeve, it's 0. I don't have obviously a small enough scale, but I would guarantee that you can, right, with one calibrated enough. The fact that it's foiled on 2 sides will definitely make a decent difference. And it's just, you know, how perfect your technology is. But, fortunately, I made myself a deal, which is, that's not getting opened. Instead, I know it's not fab, it's not super exciting, but I do have this revised edition pack of MTG. And I have a few loose packs of all the early sets of MTG. Nice sealed, not alpha or beta or anything like that. But the first few blocks, right? And I do want to transition them to fab, because I'd rather have fab framed. So unfortunately, if you want to see me open this, you're out of luck, unless we get another one. Instead, we will open this reserved pack of MTG. Kind of a middle finger to people who really love fab, but let me frame it. Alright. Those are a lot thicker. But, yeah, look at that. Doesn't that look nice? You never know, it could be a nice marble seal, but this is... It's interesting because obviously it's the first of its kind, and it's pissing me off because it's slightly too big. Also getting specs into this. Yeah, fold one edge. Means I want the cards in the center. Nice thing is because it's so few cards. Folding it doesn't really matter. Suppose I'd rather fold the top. But also, you know, cut it a little bit. If I took care of the other sides, would be fine. That to do. Which way was the front? That's a good question. This is a lot harder than I was thinking. I'm gonna do that later. Alright, but it'll look like that. Just without the bottom clipped. Well, I suppose squishing the bottom isn't a huge deal. Right, and that kind of looks nice. But yeah, let's see what we get with this. I don't even remember what's fantastic in reserve. I know there's not the Power 9 or anything. That's white border. But done. Decision's made. MTG is no more for me. Alright, you can get a crap ton of lands. Alright. Nada, nada. Unless the card sticks out to me, I'm going to say it's nada. I don't even think the circles are anything great. So many plains, so many forests. It's also probably going to be, you know, the quickest reserved opening you'll probably see. A lightning bolt, I think, is decent. But a crawl worm. Yeah. I don't think it was a great reserve pack. Fine. When we open Arcane Rising, we'll get to some other juicy stuff for MTG. So I want to keep 3 packs of that too. Do we look it up, at the very least, what a reserved lightning bolt goes for? Because I'd have to assume that's the... Because I know it's an iconic card. Just desecrate MTG a little bit. Yeah. Done. I don't try to keep packs sealed. I'm trying to keep packs open sealed. No, nice. Nice is the word. Anyway. Is a Lightning Bolt Reserved Edition better than a Gold Pack MTG? And I'm gonna say the Gold Pack is probably worth, you know, around like $50 at the moment. Lightning Bolt. The Reserved Edition is not, it's 40 cents. Yeah, this is this horrible pack. There's nothing of worth here. Actually, no, I don't think we got any of the mixed lands. Swamp, island, plains, forest, mountain. Yeah, nope. And we didn't hit anything big. Oh well. What's done is done. Back to the good stuff. This way. Been hard having it just sit there for so long. Especially when I was actually, you know... What's the word? More inclined to open MTG. Right. Blanche. Astral Etching. And nothing. We will just state again, if anyone interested. The gold pack box is about 4 grams heavier than any other box. Which I assume stores are definitely going to weigh them. It'd be crazy not to. But I also think it leads to another issue, which is people going, you know, here's a heavy box. Inside has a gold foil, even if it doesn't. And that could be a worry. We do get Murky Water, right? So this, I want a full playset of. No, we'll probably have to end up buying it, but yeah. I love Riptide. Why is there a common here again? Did I grab the... I did grab the wrong pile. They're the M's. They're the nothing. I think the only block of MTG I don't have was Urza Saga. Other than that, the Portal 3 Kingdoms, the 3 of them, I know are worth a decent chunk. Will be fun to rip open. When I preserve 3 Arcane Rising first edition packs instead. Wait, 3 or 4? No, it's 4, isn't it? Because they were still classes back then. Ah, that's actually annoying, because that means I have to buy a new frame. One's Desire. God, where are the M's? Also nada. Feels like we're getting very, very light on the logistics. I wonder if the gold pack boxes have worse stuff. You know what? I think they should not have any common foils. How do you all feel about that, right? Foils are always just going to be rares. So I know foils are a very hit or miss thing for critical. I don't like playing with foils. I will never put foils in my deck unless they're cold foils. If all foils were rares or higher, feel better. Blanche, Tiger. There we go, an eloquent eulogy. So this card could be real nice, right? It's been floated about the third armory deck being Vizette. Especially going back and looking at, you know, the interview with Flukenbox about Vizette. Would be the best way to just flesh him out fully. This is definitely a nice card for Vizette. Who's the one he's stealing people from? Kind of looks like young Bizarre, does it not? I think I always butcher that name too. Nada. Oh, another M. Then. So we're just missing Enigma, and then we have all the adult heroes to play. Tooth and Claw, that is definitely a good M to find. I think that's our second one. Almost a playset. Alright, we got half a box left. So far, nothing super outstanding to go with the gold pack. I need to go back to just cutting them open. Probably not that many at once, though. But I also really don't want to look up how much a reserve booster pack goes for. You can't sell them or move them or do anything, in all honesty, like single packs. Because one way or the other, you know, if someone buys to open, you're getting screwed if they get nothing good. But I assume it's still probably a couple $100. Alright. Got the M's. Oh, double. And the Tenant. You definitely like the Tenant. It has to be an auto include in every single Mystic hero, right? This is so powerful. And we also get a Persuasive Prognosis. The number 2 of that too. Not the bonds yet. I don't think we've hit any of the except for Enigma, the main M's. Nada. Game, it really wants me to play Enigma, actually, thinking about it, because we got several Manifestations, we got several Restless Coalescence, we got the Sacred Art normal. Yeah, I think they want me to play Enigma. Nada. Come on. Gold foil or something. Something juicy. I'll take a common gold foil at this point. Something shiny to gawk at. Nope. Oh, another Gorgon's Gaze. That's actually kind of good. I forgot about that. So that's our second copy of Gorgon's Gaze. So yeah, Slither in hand, so blanket, you know, anything you want can have go again. Then also, banish all and be able to play them is crazy if you get the chi off. And that could single-handedly probably win you the game, right? You just Uno reverse the right thing. Alright, rare, rare, rare. 2 back lefts for the box. Where's the cold block? Nada, nada. Oh, there it is. Another... Is that an Evo? I think that's an Evo. That's our second Evo. At least it's a different piece. Speed Slip. When equipped, the next attack action card you play this turn gets boost. I do like that that's blanket, right? And allows you to play any attack. Definitely an interesting idea. I feel like they just needed slightly stronger. Like the first attack every turn. I mean, that could have easily been an L, right? The first attack every turn on an Evo gets boost. Imagine what exactly that would open up. Definitely be a lot more exciting. Have to have a cost to it as well, but yeah, that would be a cool design. Be able to then play all these different crazier things, right? Easily run TNT, easily run this and that. Also, just noticed as well with the gold pack that I'm gonna keep throwing in your face and not open. It's, you know, it's a rabbit. Curiously, right? Looking at this and the symbol and the gold and everything like that, I wonder if it has been planned since last year, right? Because Year of the Rabbit was last year, or is it this year? I need to look that up now. I think it was last year. No. Year of the Rabbit. Yeah, 2023, right? So this, and I think it being 20 as well makes it the Golden Rabbit or something like that. Because I know they have that semblance as well. But it does make me curious, because obviously Mist Vale, you know, has all the Asian influences. But would be interesting if they postponed it and they had this idea for gold packs for quite a while. Because it just, thinking about it, like, why this art? It has nothing whatsoever to do with the set at all. It just always stood out to me, and now, you know, admiring it in person, it definitely feels like it's a Year of the Rabbit type of thing. Still can't do it, right? I'm just clipping the top of the pack. I need like a little poker or something to push it as I shut it. Do I have anything? All this just to frame it. Do it nice and delicately. We take this little brief intermission. Suppose it's sealed like that isn't so bad. No, it irks me that it's clipped right between the two frames. Just sit like that. Don't make me really fold you. Just have to. And slide this over. That's probably the way to do it. Well, that's also not really working. Every instinct in me is just saying cut it. Cut one of the edges. We'll get this sealed. I keep getting shit in the frame. Alright. This time for sure. Maybe I have to fold both ends. Ugh. Feels so dirty doing that though. As long as it's not the cards. Yeah, that's what it'll have to be. Bad as that looks, right? I think that's the only way to have it properly framed. With the edge. Unfortunately like that. No, let's screw it. We'll just catch it. I mean, to be fair, it is already uneven in the way it's been cut. It's not as ludicrous. Whatever. There we go. Nice sealed and framed, right? Never be opened. Unless I get a second one, and then it becomes a, which one has the marvel? I have a question, and I get people annoyed. Also, sealing this is really, really annoying. Bear with me, we'll get back to the boxes. Gotta make sure this is locked in place. Well, it's thin enough, it might actually come out, because I need to cut these bolts that they sent with the frame. They're just not for the thickness of the acrylic. There's like a minuscule gap between how tight you can tighten them. Well, that'll do. Okay. Other box. Again, we weighed it. Doesn't have a foil in it. I wonder, can you get 2 gold foils in the same case? I feel like due to the randomness, you might be able to. Also finding curious that they stuck it in the bottom. In terms of, you know, keeping it nice and protected. So much bulk. I think at this point I'd actually pay like $1 more for a pack with no commons in it. Something ludicrous like that. I mean, granted, you know, nothing sits at the actual recommended retail price. I definitely prefer not having them. And I can save on shipping. Do so much with that idea. Alright, chop, chop, chop. We're still yet to pull a legendary. I will also note. Kinda feels bad not to get even a rainbow foil. Alright. Yes. Absolutely nothing. Followed by... absolutely nothing. I need M's to talk about. I really don't care about talking about any of the rares. We need M's... We need M's to go, yeah, this card has this use. But we're not getting any. Untamed is actually interesting. When this attacks, next corrupting target plays to combat chain gets +1. I feel like the 1 cost holds it back, in all honesty. I don't see why you'd ever play it over something else. Or going over, you know, the combo route for Zen. Just sprinkling tigers in. But we can do it. We can just pick a random card in each pack and talk about it. We'll talk about this one. Oh. Well, maybe not every card. Droplet is not anything really call home about. Come on, where are the M's? There's one. Dense Blue Mist Foil. Right, so this, Snag, and Fogged Out are like the trifecta of stalling, along with Warmongers, but Warmongers is a lot more encompassing. So I wish this was in the generic slot, in all honesty, right? So everyone had access to all three, because Fogged Down and Snag are, right? And they sort of complete the trap trio. You always see, you know, reaction, hit effects don't trigger, or hit effects, and then Snag is attack, Fogged Down is go again, Dense Blue Mist is no hit effects. Yeah, those are the three, right? But it's for Mystics, so they can enjoy their blue shutdown card. Even just a blanket, you know, attacks the target you this turn and get -1. Attacks. It's not even one attack. But you definitely want to play it with the G. Nada. Oh, Kindle. This Risen Fallen, right? More speculation on Wizard. Kindle is definitely a super strong card. I like the art too. I want to see it in foil. But Amp is probably, you know, something they're going to stick with going forward as well. Which makes it a very scary thought. Because if you read this, right, the next time you would deal arcane damage this turn, instead deal that match +1. This happens before prevention effects. Amp does work with rune chant tokens, does it not? Right, so just Amp as this blanket thing for the arcane set, buffing both Wizard and Runeblade. I mean, Amped rune chants could be scary. Siren's cool, and basically. Yeah, well, no cold foil, no legendary. We're losing faith. Yeah, another sacred art though. That's kind of nice. Not Marvel or anything, but still, kind of alright. Just missing Zens. I am curious why they didn't make them specs. It would be so cool if Cheyenne could utilize them. I mean, she'd have no other way to get chi cards, so basically the idea would be you have to play one for less value, get the chi, and then you can play the other two for more value. Would still be a cool idea. And especially the, that one, new Sacred Art, would go a long way in China for helping her, you know, rampage as this big brute guardian, right, with all these big attacks that now can have go again, thanks to creating a Slither token. Feels like a missed opportunity to have them as specs. They are specs, by and large. Okay. Has to be at least a cold foil. Well, not has to be, but should be at least a cold foil. Definitely not start. This is a fantastic foil as well. Right, with the snake in the background. I feel like they could have made it a little bit softer, and so with the foil, the snake really pops, and you just can't see it otherwise. That could have been cool. But still, it's very beautiful nonetheless. Not beautiful enough to care about, because it's, you know, rare, or common, or whatever it was. But still a very beautiful card. Solitude, and a Zen State. I'm also surprised they didn't do like an update for the Zen State art. I know it's already misfire. Well, unfortunately, it's preserved tradition, right? That one you can tell straight away just because of the color scheme. I do think it's really playable. I just think, you know, in terms of a cold foil, it kind of looks trash. But you know, there's nothing they could really do with the artwork that it is. Curious how it would look in rainbow foil though. It is very, very hard to read, actually, right, with the white text. Yeah. But Preserved Tradition being a blanket, well, I can't really read, but we all know, blanket action card return is very, very strong. Right, I think that and Rising Sun, Setting Moon in a pinch, you're fine to play and not actually get the chi effect. But we are over in terms of marvels, right? That's our third one in a case in a box. That's definitely nice. Alright. Third, Persuasive Prognosis. Really want the better one. I'm pretty sure it is Bonds of something. Nada. Also nada. Emissary. And no M. Actually, that's what we should be doing. Just flipping it from the back, make it easy. Token into pick the pieces and Cosmic Awakening. So I do think we get a playset Cosmic Awakening. I don't think you run a playset, right? Because the idea is just to always pitch it away. But to throw out a 20 at the end of the game is kind of crazy. Ah, we got just a nick. And foil too, so I'm very curious what this is going for. Right, because this seems like just one of the best cards for new at the moment. No, it's not super foily. A little bit though. Right, so choose one or both, target attack with one or less. Base gains +5, and then target attack with stealth. When this hits a hero, banish the top card of the deck. I mean, the +5 is just insane. That is the highest stat increase that we have in any attack reaction. And well justified, right? Because of the whole one condition. Alright, waiting. Nada. Oh, there is other cold foil. It is just a Uphold Tradition, actually, right? Because I think this is best in slot still for Enigma. Just for its ability to give that one counter, right? I think that's a nice common cold foil to find. No L. 2 boxes to go. Gotta be in here somewhere. Do want the box. Want the box with the junk. Not bad, you can fit about 2 boxes into 1 box if you're just taking the rares and the commons. You cut out the foils, you could probably fit potentially 3. That's fine. We smell a legendary. At this point, it's got to be Traverse the Universe. Okay, that's what we'll settle for. Don't worry, Sean. Thanks for hanging out. Enjoy your sleep. Your unfortunate 5 hours of it. Alright. Speed through the last 2 boxes, shall we? It is also getting close to 12 my time, PM. Usually when I head off. Another just a nick, so that's good to see. Otherwise, junk. Followed by nada and nada. Nada. I should probably be pulling out Deep Blue Sea, right? I am gonna make meme decks with it. I just need to like cut out Melody. I have the Robocall somewhere and paste it on top of one of the Zender Enigma. I think Zen is still probably the best bet for running it. Well, I do like how much you can store with Enigma to pull it off. Alright, it's cold foil, I believe. Is another Heirloom of Rabbit now. First repeat. That is horrible to see. Especially because there is just a huge volume of cold foils. Right? Oh well. Guess 1 repeat is better than 2. 3 visits. That's another card we need to get a lot of. Right? And again, you can run this as the final act S combo for Enigma. And then Bonds of Attraction. Cool. Get to see the Gorgon's Gaze foil. Interesting. Definitely more old schooly in terms of the artwork. We're not seeing much Zen love, I'm going to say, compared to the cards we're pulling for Enigma. And No, Rage Spectre. This is probably one of the most underrated cards, right? Its potential to be able to swing for a 6 on a turn, and then, you know, still be able to prevent the damage on the next turn. I mean, imagine if a lot of, you know, Enigma's cards just read, you know, deal 3 damage, prevent 1 damage next turn. Something like that, right? That's still super good. And then this is a 6. Untamed. Oh, Supercell. Ah, the Rebirth. With Max and Klloo. Again, I really wish this was just Construct instead of Construct Nitro Mechanoid, and it could hit both Singularity and Nitro. I think that would have been really good. And, you know, decent enough to run in Klloo, even though you're not really doing Hyperdriver shenanigans. Just pay 3 and get your Singularity back. Maybe they'll print something with Singularity. It just feels so bad, boosting it away. And obviously, playing the odds, it shouldn't happen. Being 1 card in your whole deck, but it does, and it is unfortunate. Another Attune, followed by just an Evasive Leap. Surprised I have not nicked a card, in all honesty. But not start now. Alright, second half of the box. Was Heirloom in this box or the previous box? I think it was the previous box, no? Digital Rainbow. Still a gorgeous rainbow, though. And still a Fable. That's definitely good enough. I think this is just gorgeous. Again, this artwork or Dense Blue Mist? Dense Blue Mist. I think would have been so much better as the playmat. This would have been more iconic if it was the playmat as well. Nonetheless, fine not hitting a legendary, I guess. It's really, really, really beautiful. I think this exceeds I in terms of my favorite gold foil. Now I'm curious what it looks like in Marvel. Not Marvel. Cold foil. Where's my noggin? And back into nothing. Nada. We want more murky waters. But looks like we're not getting them. Oh. Still no. Yeah, I definitely think Fab could benefit from a secondary product design, specifically for opening, just because opening is such a big thing. Right, you're either buying singles or you're doing a lot of boxes, most likely. Oh, we got Enigma. So that's actually, I think, decent luck, right? We got all 3 adult heroes in 2 cases. Nada. Not really expecting much else from this box, since, you know, we call the Fable. A cheeky M right at the back would kind of be nice. Nope. Come on. Brute Anger. The last is nothing. Nothing and nothing. Alright. Not horrible, not great. I assume the Miscloak Gully, though, has dropped a decent chunk post pre-release. Lucky last box of the case. We got a Marvel, we got a Fable. We still haven't hit a Legendary. So, even though we got the Fable, I'm going to say, I want to hit a Legendary in this box. I'm going to be a little bit disappointed. We know there's no gold pack. Again, we weighed. 4-gram difference. No idea what that is in pounds. It's like, it'd actually be more, no? Wouldn't it be easier to use a scale calibrated to pound? I wonder if mine has pound setting. Alright, wonderful. Load up the junk. If you think junk is too derogatory, ask yourself, what do you do with yours? What stores do with theirs? It's junk. It is just an immense waste of cardboard, in all honesty. There is no denying that. And we just have a few boxes full, right? Chances are I'm just bidding this. This is just junk. Alright. Legendary or bust? Just open the lot. Get this done. I think I do probably want to do 2 more cases at some point as well. We'll probably take those a bit slower. Throw in some upsets or something like that. Just break them little by little. Alright. Which pack has the legendary? Is it this one? No. It is not. Well, nope. That is a very nice looking card though. Oh, but a Kindle. I like Kindles. So that's 2 Kindles. I think Kindle is very nicely balanced around, you know, Kano's ability. For whatever else they decide to do with Wizard though, it's very, very scary. Nothing. Followed by a bit more nothing. And lastly, we have another helping of nothing. So that is, and very pretty. On, Untamed. Oh, I didn't check the one for it. It's Gravekeeper. 3 cards, 3 cards, 3 cards. Second token. Crack Bubble. And a little bit sad that they didn't continue, right? They didn't do anything with this. Oh well. Second Tenant. And an Art of Desire. A Shelter, and we saw it was just a Tide Chakra. Alright. Come on. Nope. ML and a Cold Foil. Well, there's the L. Mask of Recurring Nightmares. Definitely pretty, but the extended art, especially because the extended art has a secret twist, right? Where there's a second arm for each of the ladies, is kind of cool. But I do think this is best in slot for new. It's just such a good endgame card, especially being able to have your chi, you know, one goes into your hero, and then everything else goes into just milling your opponent's hand and then playing their cards. I think is quite strong. But we hit an L, that's good, followed by no M. We still want a Cold Foil, and hopefully more than 1 M, but at least 1 more M. Looks like not too bad of a haul. Tenant, another little levels. That's definitely a nice M to hit. And that's always just an R. Evasive. Unravel Aggression. Cheapest pitch, draw a card. See? Again, 3 for 5 already. So you get to cycle something away. You already get the 5 block instead of the other one that, you know, reveals the opponent's deck. And then potentially you have draw a card, which just takes it over the top. That is a nice block. Speaking of block, right? You reckon we'll ever get block again? LSS are very, very good at just throwing a mechanic out, testing it, and then deciding whether or not to do anything with it. And I'm curious if block. Block feels like it just doesn't have a place. It wasn't necessary. They can just tweak the defense reaction cards better. And the fact that you can't play block from the arsenal is obviously a headache for new players, because I betcha it happened way too often. That's probably why they canned it, right? Where a new player stuck in their arsenal and was just confused about what they could do with it. Alright, 3 visits. Tide Chakra. No expanded slots. Nada, nada, and more. Come on. Decent cold foil to end it off. Outfield Bastion. And just a double trouble. Running out of packs. Intermittent Inducement. I'd have to say that's probably my favorite foil. I mean, there's so many that look fantastic, but Intermittent Inducement is definitely nice. Another Rage Spectre. That's okay. No expansion slots. Cold foil? Nope. And a Blanche. Right, there are 5 packs left. And yet to get anything super desirable. Right, an Evo Heat Drive. So I think we're just missing the... No, we got the gloves, we got the headpiece. Actually, no, I think we hit the full set of the Evo. I don't think you want more copies. That's another aspect, right, of it not being base. There's just no real point in running so many copies unless you get Fabricate off. And then you only have 3 copies of Fabricate anyway. But still, it's interesting, and obviously Arcane Barrier is heavily needed in them, so that matchups aren't just, you know, dead. But, here we go. Perfect. So, big blue sky, right? Actually not too bad under the camera light, but I do think, especially from certain angles, it's a bit too dark. But maybe I was just looking at it in some bad lighting the other day. Or last night. Yeah, actually the foil doesn't look too bad at all. Some, right? Like there where it's a bit darker. Oh! Really? 2 repeats. Actually, in this case, it was this case, right? Where we had 2 Uphold Traditions, 2 of the Rabbit Kimono. That's bad. So, you know, again, I would assume it is the best common cold foil that you can get. It's not horrible. Why am I sleeving it? I should probably just sleeve all the cold foils anyway. Alright, well, we hit the L. We hit the cold foil. I don't think we can be greedy and ask for another marble. I think we just settle for maybe 1 more M. Call it a day. On. Oh, Foil Tenant. I'm curious where this card lands, right? Because again, you only need 1, but it does seem like an auto-include in all 3 decks. Yeah, kind of alright. I wouldn't say anything's, you know, outstanding about the foiling. Feels like they could have done just the gold instead of all the wood being foiled. Make it pop a little bit better. Alright, lucky last, can we double down on Majestics? The foil, so there's hope that there's just a normal one. Alright, tokens, not a foil, and just a deep blue sky. Oh well. Still say overall we did fairly nicely. Let's look exactly what we pulled, shall we? Clean up slightly. And look for a different empty box for the singles. That one will do. Need to remember this one isn't full. The next one we open. Okay. So we have a nice juicy stack of Majestics. Probably the correct place to start. I do want this box. Probably keep the dividers. Probably utilize dividers. Yeah. Yeah. We'll keep that. Okay. So, we'll go generic and expansion, and then class specific. Oh, you know, we have to do Mystic as well. Kindle. New. Mystic. New. Kindle. More new. Mystic. Then. Oh, it's cool. We've probably been doing this as we were going through. Not enough slots. Restless, Evo. Is the new. Next tail. Yeah, I have a feeling Zen is definitely the least. In terms of the cards we opened. Flex Clause is not an M. Always pick. Wait, what? Okay. That's a whole bunch of M's that should be. Well, cards that shouldn't be in there. Organ's Gaze, Sacred Art, Zen, Bonds. Is it Bonds of Agony? Do we actually get a copy? I just never realized it is. So Bonds of Agony with Justin Nick is fantastic. Right? Dust, Chase, another Manifestations, and a Prismatic Leyline. Yeah, it's not bad, but I don't think we got any full sets. Oh, no. But 2 copies of most things, and then the foils. I think we did get proper sets. So from the EP... Why did I say EP? ES? Yeah, ES. I'd have to say the Shadowrun Horror or the Kindles are probably the best hits. Or maybe the Eloquence. Actually, yeah, it's probably the Eloquent Eulogy. Or the Kindles. But 2 Kindles is definitely nice. There's definitely a lot of Kanos clamoring for it. And yeah, speculation into the next set is definitely going to make that bubble. Restless Coalescence. No, I can't do it. My tongue's gone. Restless Coalescence. That's the closest you're gonna get. Probably good, but I also like Manifestations. The fact that, you know, there's blue instants, you can then easily use Chi. You just throw it on board. Whether or not it's, you know, 2 or 4, I think it's still fine. It's still 4 damage or 8. Like, if you can get the Chi off, it's definitely stronger. Bonds, without a doubt, is probably the best card here. Yeah. Bonds and Justin Nick. You need Bonds to use Justin Nick, but then you can use Justin Nick on other stuff. Either one of them. For the Mystic slots, I'd say the Tenant or levels. It's probably levels overall. Actually thinking about it. Get 2 copies of, so that's nice. Zen. Hardly any. In fact, we got 2 Zens. That's saddening. Oh, we actually got only 3 cards. Zen, 2 Chase Tails, and 2 Tooth and Claws. That's, Not exactly what I was hoping for, considering I want to play Zen most of all. The Majestic Foils. Tenant, that's definitely nice. Just Nick, probably gonna be the top card. Densely Mist, beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Prognosis, Siren's Call, Maul, kind of better. Cosmic Awakening, and then a Restless Coalescence. Yeah, so I'd say those are the 3 top cards. Probably. Alright, and then the goodies. So, we got 2 Uphold Traditions, unfortunately. We also got 2 Heirlooms of the Rabbit somewhere. No, it's the first card we pulled. Alright, that's fine. Alright, sleeve it as well. Subconsciously, interesting. But, Legendary by way of the Mask Recurring Nightmares, Rainbow Foil. Okay. We did get a Fable. Unfortunately, a Rainbow Foil. But I do think the Rainbow Foil is going to be prettier overall. Right, it's just gorgeous. And then, in terms of Marvels, we did get 3 out of 2 cases, which is definitely nice, right? 2 Preserve, well, 2 Transcend cards, and then 1 New, but unfortunately Young New. I do like the artwork kind of better than the Adult New, but value-wise, obviously the Young Heroes are going to take a big hit, because they're young, and Blitz is just Blitz, right? Which, just another spiel. If you want to play Blitz, here's what I suggest you do. Draw your 4 cards at the end of the turn. Put one to the bottom of your deck, of your choice, right? Turn it into... Tactician is what I'd like to call it, you know, in my head, right? Tactician as a format. So, one of the big things to me is always just a ratio of stats. Intellect, they didn't do anything with intellect when it comes to Blitz. And I think that's what held it back, right? If everyone had 1 less intellect, I think Blitz would be a lot more strategic. Still quicker than Classic Constructed. Slowed down the meta by a great deal. But yeah, Tactician. Custom format for you. Draw to your intellect, and then put 1 card every end phase to the bottom of your deck of your choosing, right? So you get a little bit of control, a little bit of flexibility to plan what your 3 cards are going to be. But then overall, it should slow down the game of Blitz to the point where everyone can survive, you know, past 3 turns. And then we also got the Evos. So Speed Slip, I was going to say that backwards, and Recall. I do think they are very nice artwork, though. I kind of like them more than any of the other Evos. I don't know, they just seem a bit more flashy, you know, right? Because they're, you know, absorbing the arcane, it looks like. Yeah, nifty. And then, of course, we did actually get a gold pack. But we're not opening it. No. Instead, we're just going to have to live with the fact that the bottom sticks out of the frame. That's going to irk me to no end. Also did drop the screws. But I want at least one to keep and cherish, right? Because this is a new thing for Fab, and I do think with its success and the craze around it, that it will continue, right? And we'll have these secret box topper-esque cards, X-esque design, right? Which there's nothing wrong with that. I do think the pool of cards that it pulls from needs to be a bit more diversified, rather than a clear cut, you know, here's the 100 cards that are actually worth something, and then everyone who's chasing them is going to open and flood the market with, you know, the rainbow foils, which are currently at $30. I would, in all honesty, if they're starting at 30 right here off the gate, they're going to drop, right? There's going to be lots of people who are either buying them, speculating to flip them for whatever reason, which I think is just wrong, right? I don't think they'll have any room to grow. Or you have a ton of people who want to chase the Marvel, who will be buying up gold packs for whatever amounts, right? Greater than the rainbow foil, most likely. And obviously opening them and then flooding the market, right? But I do think it's pretty. Again, I'm curious why it's a rabbit, why it's gold, right? Year of the Rabbit comes to mind, which is a curiosity, because that was last year, right? It just doesn't fit everything else going with Miss Vale. But yeah. But pretty nonetheless, right? Makes me curious about the ratio, right? Because this has printed in Japan, obviously. Now, for the essays, they printed them all together and then sent them out. That was the wording. I can't remember what they did when they announced that it would be in the alternative languages. Well, in the Pacific region rather than just North America and Europe for all Belgian prints, right? But it does make me curious if it's a clear-cut 50-50. Or they ratioed it in some form. Because if it's 50-50, then obviously I'd assume that the Marvel is rarer in, you know, North America and Europe. If it's not 50-50, then, you know, I'm curious how they ratioed it, right? Because either way, that's kind of playing a little bit with fire. It does make me curious if there's, you know, going to be a difference between the two. You can definitely tell, looking at the coding and everything. Up close, I think it is, you know, to a trained eye, and people who've handled enough of both, you can look at and tell the difference between Belgium and Japan. But other than that, I think we'll leave it there, right? 2 cases, well, 3 boxes in 1 case. There's still 2 more cases that I have to open, but yeah, we'll probably do it slower. Probably maybe 1 case to start off, and then we'll play some games next time, right, and do it like that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed nonetheless. Thanks to anyone watching posts or anyone hanging around. Enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or night.